Welcome to Technically Explained. In this video we are going to learn how to use the MATLAB Plot Tool Window. So I have opened up my editor and let me first clear all variables and clear the screen, and then I will go on and define my time range for certain graph. So let me define a time range and let me plot a simple sine function. So we will go on and plot a simple sine function by using the plot command. So plot x-axis is t and y-axis is y. So let me run this. A figure will pop up in which the sine wave will be plotted. Now this is my plot tool window. If I go to edit up here, I click on it and I come to the figure properties, this type of window will appear. As you can have a look, now we have a figure properties. On the top we have the figure name. It is named as figure 1. We can change this name to, for example, I can change this name to sine wave. When I press enter, this name is going to change, which is figure 1 is sine wave. And I can also change the figure color. For example, I can change the color to this or to this. This background color has been changed. So from here I can change the background color to make it, to beautify it. If I want to access more properties here, I can access more properties here, but these properties are not that important, not that significant. That's why we are not going to go in details. If you want to, you can check it yourself. The other thing is that I can go on and click on this graph line. If I double click on this graph line, this type of window is going to appear. Now we have a plot type, which is line. If I want a type of bar graph, I can select bar here, and this is going to, a bar is going to appear. If I want to select it as area, I can select it as an area. By default, you can also select it as stairs and stem. By default, it's line. So let me click on line. Okay, in line I can also change it to solid line or dotted line or this type. Fine. So we have some options here as well. If I want to change it to the dotted line, I can simply change it to the dotted line. As you can have a look, this figure line has been changed to the dotted line. By default, it is a solid line. Also, I can increase the thickness of this line. So if you want to increase the thickness to 3, that's how we have increased the thickness to 3, to 6, and whatever we want. Let us keep the thickness to 2, for example. I can also change the color of this line. This is black. I can change it to white. White will not be visible, so it's not a good idea to change it to white because we have a white background. I can change it to blue. I can change it to whichever color I like, and by default it's black. Again, if I want to use markers, which are these points, so if I want to use this type, I can use marker as well. So these are my connecting points. And I can also change the color of marker as well. So by default, it's diamond type. To access more properties, again we can access more properties. This was about this graph. Let me check it to none. Okay, now if I click on the empty area in the graph, this type of axis will appear where I have the title will appear over here. For example, if I name it as sine wave, I can simply name it as sine wave. As you can have a look, as I write, it's appearing here, the title. Also, you can define, if you have some you have plotted some equation, you can define it as here. For example, you say that y is equal to x cube plus 4x square or something. So you can also define this equation here very easily and very conveniently. But it's sine wave, so let me name it as sine wave. Again, I can change the color of this plot. If I want to change it to, for example, this blue, or I want to change it to this, I can change the color of this axis. So I can change the color of this background here. If I want to make it as blue, I can make it as blue. If I want to make it some other, I can. And I can also on the grids x y axis. Let me change the color to white again so that it's more visible to you people. This is my background color and this is the color of the text. So if I make it white, if I can also change the color of this white. So this is going to change me the color of this figure background, and this is going to change me the color of these axes. To again I am going to click, I can grid on the x-axis and y-axis, as you can have a look, and again I can take on box or make it untick. Here I can also define x label, for example time. As you can have a look, time has appeared here. Let me change it to black color so it's more visible to you. As you can have a look, time has appeared here. I can also change the limits of x and y axis. For example, I want it to have it from -10 to 10. As you can have a look, -10 to 10. You can have a look, it's now from -10 to 10. But I think the 0 to 10, 0 to 20 was more preferable. So in this way I can also change the x scale from linear and log, and I can change the x axis location. By default it is at bottom. If I want it to be on top, as you can have a look, it has now appeared on top. So I can change its location to origin, to top, and to bottom. And I can do the similar things for y-axis. For example, I will define y-axis as sine wave, and I can also define the limits of that. For example, from -2 to 2. As you can have a look, the graph has now, I will press enter, and now the graph has shrunk. And I can also change the y-axis, and similarly the font size can be changed. Other thing is that we can also if I want to have the plot edit toolbar here, I can simply click on here, and the plot edit toolbar is going to appear. So the plot edit toolbar can also appear here. Other thing is that insert option. If you want to emphasize something, you can use arrow. For example, if I want to tell users, to tell viewers that it is my peak point, so I can refer to as by arrow. I can also use the insert text arrow. For example, I am going to insert text arrow here, and I am going to type that this is my peak value. So here I have typed in the peak value, so the viewers will understand that this is my peak value. And I can also insert double arrow, text box, rectangular, etc. So this is how we use the MATLAB plot tool window. Thank you.